Do you actually know what makes your cat feel truly loved by you? Yes, you feed them, you pet them, you give them a good life. But behind all of that, there are things your cat is quietly craving that most owners never think to do. These are some of the most powerful ways to bond with your cat, and if you keep overlooking them, which most owners do, you might never experience the deepest level of connection your cat is ready to give you. Let us start with the one you can try tonight. Number 1. Scratching the spots they secretly crave. Have you ever noticed your cat leaning hard into your hand in one spot, but pulling away in another? That is not random. Your cat is literally telling you where love lives on their body, and most owners miss it completely. Here's what most people do. They go straight for the back, stroke head to tail, or worse, they try the belly. And yes, some cats tolerate it, but tolerating is not enjoying. There is a huge difference between a cat that puts up with your touch and a cat that melts into it. The spots your cat is actually craving are the scent gland zones, right around the cheeks, the base of the ears, and underneath the chin. When you scratch those areas slowly, something amazing happens. Your cat releases facial pheromones, which are chemicals that signal comfort, safety, and trust. You are not just giving them a nice scratch, you're triggering a biological response that tells their brain, this person is home. A study published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science found that cats showed significantly more positive reactions. Think slow blinks, purring, and head pressing when touched around the head and cheeks compared to the belly or base of the tail. Cats that were touched in the wrong zones actually showed subtle signs of stress that most owners never even notice. And if that small change surprises you, wait until you hear the last thing on this list. It's something so simple that most people overlook it every single day, but it might be the most powerful thing you can do to make your cat feel safe with you. Number 3, letting them hunt, not just chase. Why does your cat lose interest in toys after 30 seconds? You're waving it around, they pounce once or twice, and then they just walk away like they're bored. But they're not bored, you're just playing wrong. Most owners treat playtime like a game of chase. They dangle the toy in the air, swing it fast, and expect their cat to go crazy. But that's not how a cat's brain works. Cats are not chasers, they're ambush predators. In the wild, they don't run after prey for long distances. They stalk, they wait, they calculate, and then they strike. That final moment of the catch is where all the satisfaction lives. So when you move a toy too fast or keep it in the air where they can never grab it, you're actually frustrating your cat without realizing it. You're activating their prey drive, but never letting them complete the cycle. It's like starting a meal and never getting to eat. The fix is simple, but most people never think of it. Move the toy slowly. Let it hide behind a pillow. Let it stop. Make it act like real prey, something small and nervous that doesn't know your cat is watching. And then, this is the important part, let your cat catch it. Let them grab it, bite it, kick it with their back legs. That moment of capture releases a rush of dopamine that genuinely satisfies them on a deep instinctual level. Once you start playing like this, you'll notice something shift. Your cat will play longer, engage harder, and come to you when they want that feeling again. That's not just fun, that's trust being built through instinct. And hey, before we jump into the next one, if you're learning something new about your cat right now, hit like and subscribe. It helps us reach more people who want to understand their cats on a deeper level, just like you do. Number 3, talking in short, soft phrases. Have you ever talked to your cat and felt like they were actually listening? Like they tilted their head, perked their ears, or looked right at you as if they understood? You were not imagining it. But here's what most people get wrong. It's not about what you say, it's about how you say it. A 2022 study from Paris-Nanterre University found something fascinating. Cats can distinguish their owner's voice from a stranger's voice, but only when the owner spoke in short, soft, slightly higher-pitched phrases. When owners used their normal adult voice, their cats barely reacted. But the moment they shifted into that gentle, warm tone with short little sentences, their cats became visibly more alert, more engaged, and more affectionate. Now, this doesn't mean you need to go full baby talk. In fact, overdoing it can have the opposite effect. Cats are incredibly sensitive to sound, and high-energy, overly loud baby talk can actually feel overwhelming to them. The sweet spot is somewhere in between, soft, calm, and short. Think of it like a quiet conversation between two beings that already understand each other without needing a lot of words. And here's the part most people never realize. It's not just about getting a cute reaction. When you consistently use that tone with your cat, you're building a vocal identity. Over time, your voice becomes a signal of safety. Your cat starts to associate that specific sound with comfort, calmness, and you.
Number 4, offering food from your hand weekly. What if one of the most powerful ways to bond with your cat takes less than 2 minutes a week? No special tools, no training, just your hand and a few pieces of food. Sounds too simple, right? That is exactly why almost nobody does it. Most owners follow the same routine every day. Fill the bowl, set it down, walk away. And there is nothing wrong with that. But what you might not realize is that you are missing one of the most primal bonding moments available between you and your cat. In the wild, mother cats bring prey back to their kittens. That act of offering food directly is one of the first experiences of trust a cat ever has. It is hardwired into their biology. So when you take a few pieces of kibble or a treat and offer it from your open palm, you are not just giving them a snack, you are speaking a language that goes back thousands of years. You are telling your cat on a level deeper than words, I provide for you. You are safe with me. Now, if your cat does not take it right away, do not force it. Some cats need a few tries before they feel comfortable eating from your hand, and that is completely okay. The beauty of this is in the repetition. When you do it once a week consistently, something starts to shift. Your cat begins to approach your hands differently, not with hesitation, but with expectation. Your hands stop being something unpredictable and become something your cat trusts completely. Number 5, sitting on the floor at their level. What if the most meaningful thing you could ever do for your cat costs nothing, takes no effort, and does not involve food, toys, or even touching them? This is what I was talking about earlier, the one thing so simple that most people overlook it every single day. Just sit on the floor. That's it. No agenda, no reaching out to pet them, no calling their name. Just lower yourself to their world and exist there for a few minutes. Think about what life looks like through your cat's eyes. Every human in their world is a giant. You tower over them when you walk. You lean down from above when you touch them. Even your love comes from a place of height. And your cat accepts all of it, but they never get to experience you as an equal presence. Someone who is not above them, is not reaching for them, is not asking anything from them. When you sit on the floor, something quiet happens. Your cat notices. Maybe not immediately, but they will. You might see them glance over, then slowly move closer. Maybe sit near you, not on you, just near you. That space between you is not distance. That is your cat choosing to be with you on their own terms, without any pressure. And that right there is the purest form of trust a cat can offer. Not because you fed them, not because you scratched the right spot, not because you played with them the right way, but because you made yourself small enough to meet them where they are. Why these 5 things work so well? Understanding why these specific actions work changes everything about how you interact with your cat. These are not random tips someone made up. These are behaviors rooted in feline biology and psychology. Scratching the scent gland zones triggers chemical releases that create feelings of safety. Letting them complete the hunt satisfies their deepest predatory instincts. Speaking in short, soft phrases matches how cats naturally prefer to communicate. Offering food from your hand mimics how mother cats bond with kittens. And sitting at their level removes the power imbalance that makes cats feel small. Every single one of these actions speaks directly to something hardwired in your cat's brain. You are not teaching them to love you. You are simply removing the barriers that were stopping them from showing it. What changes when you do these 5 things? When you start doing these 5 things regularly, something beautiful happens over time. your cat transforms in ways you might not expect. They will seek you out more often. They will sit closer to you. They will purr deeply. They will slow blink at you from across the room. They will bring you toys. They will groom your hand or hair. They will choose your lap over any other spot. These are not random behaviors. These are signs that your cat has moved you into their inner circle. You are no longer just the person who provides food and shelter. You are family. Your cat will also become more confident and relaxed in general. When a cat feels truly loved and understood, they carry themselves differently. They explore more, they play more, they stress less, they trust more. And all of this comes from 5 simple actions that take almost no time at all. The mistakes most cat owners make. Most people try to love their cats the way they would want to be loved themselves. They hug, they squeeze, they pick them up constantly, they pet aggressively, but that's human love language, not cat love language. When you scratch the wrong spots, your cat tolerates it but doesn't enjoy it. When you never let them catch the toy, they get frustrated instead of satisfied. When you use a loud, normal voice, they tune you out. When you only put food in a bowl, you miss the bonding opportunity. When you always tower over them, they never feel like equals. None of these mistakes are malicious, but they are not effective, and over time, they prevent the deep bond your cat is ready to give you. The 5 things in this video are different. They work because they meet your cat where they are. They speak the language your cat already understands. They honor what your cat actually needs. How to start today? You don't need to do all 5 things at once. Start with 1 or 2 that feel natural to you. Maybe it's scratching the right spots because you pet your cat anyway. Maybe it's sitting on the floor because it requires almost no effort. The important thing is consistency. Do it regularly, do it with intention, and pay attention to how your cat responds.
You will start noticing small changes. Your cat staying a little longer when you pet them, your cat playing with more enthusiasm, your cat coming to you when you sit down, your cat moving closer when you talk softly. These small changes add up over time into something much bigger, a bond that is deeper, stronger, and more meaningful than what most cat owners ever experience. The science behind cat bonding. Researchers have spent years studying how cats form attachments to humans, and what they have discovered confirms what cat lovers have suspected all along. Cats are capable of deep emotional bonds when their needs are met in the right way. Studies show that cats release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, when they interact positively with their owners. The same hormone that bonds mothers to babies, partners to each other, and humans to their pets. But here's the key. That oxytocin release only happens when the interaction feels good to the cat. When you pet them in spots they do not like, no oxytocin. When you frustrate them during play, no oxytocin. When you tower over them constantly, reduced oxytocin. But when you scratch the right spots, let them complete the hunt, speak softly, offer food from your hand, and sit at their level, the oxytocin flows. And with it comes trust, affection, and love. What your cat cannot tell you. Your cat cannot say, "Please scratch my cheeks instead of my back." They cannot explain, "I need to catch the toy to feel satisfied." They cannot request, "Speak to me in a softer voice." They cannot ask, "Can you sit on the floor with me sometimes?" They can only show you through their reactions, pulling away when you touch the wrong spot, losing interest when play is not satisfying, ignoring you when you speak too loudly, keeping distance when you always tower above them. But most owners never learn to read these signals. They keep doing what they've always done, wondering why their cat is not more affectionate. Now you know better. Now you can read the signals. Now you can give your cat what they've been quietly craving all along. The deep connection you have been missing. There's a level of connection with your cat that most owners never reach. It's the level where your cat seeks you out, not because they are hungry, but because they genuinely want to be near you. Where they purr the moment you enter the room. where they slow blink their love at you from across the house, where they choose you over everything else. This level of connection does not happen by accident. It happens when you consistently meet your cat's needs in ways they actually understand and appreciate. The 5 things in this video are your roadmap to that deeper connection. They are simple, they are quick, they are free, but they are also powerful beyond what most people realize. Final thoughts. Your cat wants to bond with you deeply. They are ready to give you a level of trust and affection that will change how you see them forever. But they need you to meet them halfway. They need you to speak their language. They need you to understand what actually makes them feel loved. Scratch the spots they crave. Let them hunt properly. Speak in short, soft phrases. Offer food from your hand. Sit on the floor at their level. These are not big asks, but to your cat, they mean everything. If you found this helpful, please share it with other cat owners who want deeper bonds with their cats. Subscribe to our channel for more insights into what your cat truly needs, and leave a comment telling us which of these 5 things you are going to start doing today. Your cat has been waiting for you to understand. Now you finally do.